One's destination is never a place but rather a new way of looking at things. The moment one gives close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, awesome, indescribably magnificent world in itself. The only thing we never get enough of is love, and the only thing we never give enough of is love. I have no money, no resources, no hopes. I am the happiest man alive. True strength lies in submission, which permits one to dedicate his life, through devotion, to something beyond himself. The one thing we can never get enough of is love. And the one thing we never give enough is love. If there is to be any peace, it will come through being, not having. No man is great enough or wise enough for any of us to surrender our destiny to. The only way in which anyone can lead us is to restore to us the belief in our own guidance. I see America spreading disaster. I see America as a black curse upon the world. I see a long night settling in and that mushroom which has poisoned the world withering at the roots. Back of every creation, supporting it like an arch, is faith. Enthusiasm is nothing, it comes and goes. But if one believes, then miracles occur. Until we accept the fact that life itself is founded in mystery, we shall learn nothing. The man who looks for security, even in the mind, is like a man who would chop off his limbs in order to have artificial ones which will give him no pain or trouble. Music is a beautiful opiate, if you don't take it too seriously. We do not talk, we bludgeon one another with facts and theories gleaned from cursory readings of newspapers, magazines and digests. Life is 440 horsepower in a 2-cylinder engine. Confusion is a word we have invented for an order which is not understood. Los Angeles gives one the feeling of the future more strongly than any city I know of. A bad future, too, like something out of Fritz Lang's feeble imagination. I have always looked upon decay as being just as wonderful and rich an expression of life as growth. In expanding the field of knowledge we but increase the horizon of ignorance. The waking mind is the least serviceable in the arts. Develop interest in life as you see it, in people, things, literature, music. The world is so rich, simply throbbing with rich treasures, beautiful souls and interesting people. Forget yourself. The world is not to be put in order, the world is order, incarnate. It is for us to harmonize with this order. Honest criticism means nothing, what one wants is unrestrained passion, fire for fire. The real enemy can always be met and conquered, or won over. Real antagonism is based on love, a love which has not recognized itself. Art is only a means to the life more abundant. It is not in itself the life more abundant. It merely points the way, something which is overlooked not only by the public, but very often by the artist himself. In becoming an end it defeats itself. Whatever there be of progress in life comes not through adaptation but through daring. The world is the mirror of myself dying. Plots and character don't make life. Life is here and now, anytime you say the word, anytime you let her rip. Life is constantly providing us with new funds, new resources, even when we are reduced to immobility. In life's ledger there is no such thing as frozen assets. Every moment is a golden one for him who has the vision to recognize it as such. An artist is always alone, if he is an artist. No, what the artist needs is loneliness. Every man has his own destiny, the only imperative is to follow it, to accept it, no matter where it leads him. All growth is a leap in the dark, a spontaneous unpremeditated act without benefit of experience. The aim of life is to live, and to live means to be aware, joyously, drunkenly, serenely, divinely aware. The real leader has no need to lead, he is content to point the way. Chaos is the score upon which reality is written. Imagination is the voice of daring. If there is anything godlike about God, it is that he dared to imagine everything. Develop an interest in life as you see it, the people, things, literature, music. The world is so rich, simply throbbing with rich treasures, beautiful souls and interesting people. Forget yourself. We live at the edge of the miraculous. If we are always arriving and departing, it is also true that we are eternally anchored. One's destination is never a place but rather a new way of looking at things. The world dies over and over again, but the skeleton always gets up and walks. Every man with a belly full of the classics is an enemy to the human race. The tragedy of it is that nobody sees the look of desperation on my face. Thousands and thousands of us, and we're passing one another without a look of recognition. What is not in the open street is false, derived, that is to say, literature. It is the American vice, the democratic disease which expresses its tyranny by reducing everything unique to the level of the herd. In this age, which believes that there is a shortcut to everything, the greatest lesson to be learned is that the most difficult way is, in the long run, the easiest. We have two American flags always, one for the rich and one for the poor. When the rich fly, it means that things are under control. When the poor fly, it means danger, revolution, anarchy. Man has demonstrated that he is master of everything except his own nature. One can be absolutely truthful and sincere even though admittedly the most outrageous liar. Fiction and invention are of the very fabric of life. Life, as it is called, is for most of us one long postponement. Madness is tonic and invigorating. It makes the sane more sane. The only ones who are unable to profit by it are the insane. The Teutons have been singing the swan song ever since they entered the ranks of history. They have always confounded truth with death. The legal system is often a mystery, and we, its priests, preside over rituals baffling to everyday citizens. Whatever I do is done out of sheer joy. I drop my fruits like a ripe tree. What the general reader or the critic makes of them is not my concern. One has to be a lowbrow, a bit of a murderer, to be a politician, ready and willing to see people sacrificed, slaughtered, for the sake of an idea, whether a good one or a bad one. Our own physical body possesses a wisdom which we who inhabit the body lack. We give it orders which make no sense.